Hello, today I decided to build a trailer park in Oasis Springs on the lot that Desert Bloom, the park, is on. So I demolished it and built the trailer park there. So as always, my main channel will be linked in the description of this video. If you're interested in my day-to-day life, you should go check that out. I post in there twice a week, every Tuesday and Saturday. Okay, I know that this is a shorter video than usual. It's not as short as the graveyard I made. I was expecting this to be longer, but then I realized that when I'm moving people into these, trailers, that I wanted to do videos more so about the families, and it wasn't so much about the trailers, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I ended up building 6 of these. I accidentally built 7, had to delete one because I realized I made this a residential rental and you can only have 6 units. And I struggled with some of these diagonal ones. I did 2 diagonal ones, and at first I didn't realize that you could put diagonal roofs. I did figure that out, but you can't put diagonal stairs. So then I had to just kind of make them flat, because I lifted them up all a little bit so they all have stairs, but then you can't just enter the house and you can't have diagonal stairs. Anyways, so yeah, I kind of like how this turned out. I don't know what I'm gonna do with a lot of them. As I said in my last video, Aubrey Scott is going to have grown up here with his family, and then we still have to build the house that they move into, or maybe they stay in the trailer. Pretty much there ends up, which you will see in this video, there ends up being a pretty big trailer at the back that can currently kind of fit 3 bed spaces. There's a bedroom and then a kind of big room which has 2 beds in it, which hypothetically those could be bunk beds. So I think it's fully possible in my head, right, that the Scott family originally all lived in that trailer, and so it was the parents in their bedroom, and then if you remember, the 4 kids, the 2 girls and the 2 boys, all shared the other bedroom. And you'll see it's kind of divided. They're just not, it's not 2 separate rooms though. And that there were bunk beds instead of singular beds. And then I think that once I don't know, Devin became pregnant and stuff, maybe he being Aubrey, moved into a different trailer on this lot. Oh my god, wait, this is such a genius idea. This is crazy because I'm really coming up with the lore right now. Okay, so I'm talking about this trailer in the back that I'm rebuilding because I'm making it diagonal. But yeah, so I think that they all lived there, and then when Devin became pregnant, she and Aubrey moved into a separate trailer still on this lot. And then once they could afford their own house, then Aubrey's younger brother, who by that time would have just graduated high school, moved into the trailer that they were in, if that makes sense. And so then 2 of the trailers are going to be taken up by Scott family people, because Sean is going to have his trailer, which was Aubrey and Devin's trailer, and then the parents and the 2 girls are still going to be living in their original trailer in the back right corner, is kind of the idea. So obviously when I go through and do lore and all that stuff, which is going to be done in 2 weeks, I think, that's at least my plan, then I will go in and do all that and take all the pictures and all that stuff. But that's kind of the idea. And so that covers 2 of the trailers here. Now, the other 4, I have a plan for one of them, and I think it's going to be the trailer in the back left corner because it's the second biggest. I don't really want to get into that because I don't know when I'm going to be properly working on that family, but I think I know who's going to live there and what their lore is going to be and everything. I just I don't really want to say too much about it because, as I just said, I'm not going to be working on that for quite a while. So, I don't really want to kind of drop hints, but that covers that. And then I pretty much have 3 single person trailers that I don't have any lore for. Actually, just sitting here, I came up with, I think, another person I could move in. but he isn't even made at all. It's still very conceptual. But yeah, so I was looking up a lot of pictures of like trailer parks and stuff, and then also I watched some people making trailer parks in The Sims. So yeah, I don't know. I think this turned out okay. Obviously, as I continue building and actually furnishing these and stuff, like, I will be adding more to it and it will become better. But since I don't know, like, again, the personalities of the people living here or anything, like, I didn't want to go too crazy with the decorating, because I feel like everyone still kind of gets their own space, even though it's a trailer park, if you know what I'm saying. I hope these turned out okay. I don't know, I was a bit iffy with, like, a lot of the inside layouts, but I don't know, I thought it turned out fine, I guess. I'm upset. One thing I'm upset about is the lack of screen doors in this game. I understand that, like, they wouldn't really be functional because we don't have things like bugs that can, like, I don't know, like, they don't really need the screens in terms of, like, bugs and whatever. Same thing with screen windows. Like, we don't really have those because we don't have things like mosquitoes. There's nothing for the screen to keep out. But, in terms of, like, oh, I'm building a trailer park, or a lot of, like, lower income houses or whatever, or even nice houses often have, like, screen back doors and everything. Like, it's, I feel, necessary in terms of decorating, and that's something that we don't have. Yeah, but I did a number of them with kind of little porch vibes. Again, not at all furnished. And then, me being a smarty pants, I did the windows before I did any of the interior layouts. I tried to keep the windows minimal. I know some have, like, sunrooms and whatever, which I did, but I just felt like generally windows aren't a huge thing, and I stuck with a lot of, like, the base game, like, the sliding windows, because I felt like those worked best here. And I hate, like, landscaping and whatever, especially with, like, terrain paint, but I think the path, I don't know why I said it like that. I was debating between saying paths and path, but I think the paths that I did worked out pretty nicely. And then I started on some of the layouts, so this is just gonna be for a single person. I just, again, yeah, I didn't really go through and furnish, but I kind of wanted to get a clue about what the layout of each of these are gonna be. This is also, again, for a single person. These are all fairly simple. I don't know, I'm a little sad that this video is so short because, yeah, but I only spent like an hour on this, so, yeah, that one's also gonna be for a single person. The kitchen, I think, is gonna end up being really cramped. I'm not fully sure what I'm gonna do there, because I wanted each one to be different. I didn't want to keep making, like, carbon copies of the same thing. So, some of the layouts are better than others, but, you know, I just feel like that's kind of how it works at the end of the day. That one has 2 beds in one room, which could be a double bed, or maybe, I don't know, friends. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one, but it has the potential for 2 people to live there. Then this one just has 2 separate bedrooms, which is the one that I think I have a family I want to move in. And then this one for the Scott family, this is the one that I was intending to be for the Scott family, so I kind of struggled with the layout here because obviously, since they're living in a trailer, it's very small and cramped, but at the same time, like, I already have a certain number of people that I needed to be able to live here, and it just kind of wasn't fitting, so I really kind of messed around with the layout, but I think I came up with something that I like, and you'll see that with the big bedroom, how there only ends up being 2 bedrooms, because originally I was going to do, like, the parents, the boys, and the girls, but I didn't really have room for that, so we have the kids, and then the parents. So that's the parents' bedroom on the right, and then I put a half wall there, so it's kind of split up a little bit. And that's going to be the end of this video, unfortunately. My next video is also going to be pretty short, but then we'll be back to the regular scheduled program. Okay, bye.